So, hi everybody. My name is Nick, and I run District North Design Studio. I recently have been kind of thinking about doing more of these types of videos where I actually talk to you, and I don't know if anyone's going to listen. I don't know if anyone cares, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. It's cool if you guys don't care, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of document things a little bit more. I'm going to be doing a few interviews and kind of posting more to my YouTube and possibly doing a podcast. And I'm kind of just throwing myself out there. It's like 11 o'clock on the East Coast right now, and I'm in my studio that I do all my work in, and I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to see if people are interested in well, I thought it would be interesting to see if people wanted to hear me talk. And I got a lot of response from the last typography video I made where I actually sat there and talked for about 2 hours. And this one's a lot shorter. I sped it up quite a bit. And I just kind of give you a little bit of insight about what I'm doing. And again, it's just kind of a test. I don't really necessarily think this is how all the videos will go. You'll just kind of be there next to me and comment below and tell me if you think this is something you'd want to hear more of or me to go more into depth. I'm really happy to do it. I really just want to kind of share the things that I've done over the past decade with typography, illustration, and graphic design, and running my own business out in the woods of New Hampshire. So if you like it, cool. If not, just hit the sound off button. I guess just watch it, and that'll be cool too. Please subscribe, and maybe we can get something going where I give you these videos a little bit more often. All right, thanks. So, hey everybody. As we kind of dive into this, you can see how I kind of started doing the typography here. I drew it out with a piece of paper and a pencil, and that is it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Really, I just liked the shapes here. I kind of love the gothic-y kind of feel of this, and I love really sharp lines when I'm doing typography. I don't know why. It's just kind of a personal preference. If you're looking for something like really goofy, that's probably not me. I just like really sharp lines. So as you can see, I'm using the pen tool, and I'm basically tracing out everything that's happening. And you can kind of see the basic concept. I have two layers. One on the bottom is my picture layer, and then it's blurred at 50%. And then I go over with the pen tool, and I just trace out what I like. So usually what I do is, remember to do this when you're doing typography, is to just duplicate a lot. You want to make sure that lines work well, but also you want to make sure that everything has the same thickness. Um, and sometimes you're going to be looking at it from, as you can see, there's like certain thinner sides, like an M is a great example. You'll want to thin certain lines on an M, and an A as well. When you're dealing with this particular type of font, there are sometimes when you're doing typography where you don't need to do that, but this one's kind of, serify and gothic, and it's got kind of a Times New Roman feel too, where you're dealing with a lot of serifs and a lot of sharp serifs. And so when you do that, when you're creating type like that, you really want to kind of, you know, use the width of the letters to your advantage, because it actually is an ocular thing that when you're looking at something like that, you want to hand set it. And you'll see a lot of me doing that too, where I move things just slightly a little bit closer to the end of the video when I start actually, see right here is another where I'm kind of just slightly moving things. And that's just an eye. And it took me a while to learn that. It really did. It is something you just kind of have to learn and think about and move around. And you see here me trying to make sure that the thickness of that line is perfect. So I'm duplicating, making guides, and I keep doing that. And that's just how I do typography. I honestly don't know the best way to do it. I've never been taught how to do it by anyone. I started doing typography probably a decade ago, and this is just the result of me doing it over and over again and staring at actual fonts and editing real fonts. And so now I can create my own type, which is really fun, and it's actually a really huge um, a great thing. It's a really great thing to have in your kind of tool bag as a designer. Is, hey, I can create my own custom fonts, especially when you do branding and logo work. It really comes in handy because you know, a lot of people don't. They just grab a font and they think it's fine, but you know, I like to give customers a little bit more, which is creating custom typography. So as you can see, I've kind of worked out the letters that I need to use, and again, I'm just duplicating because I know that an E and an F are pretty similar. I just have to take away that bottom part, and so now again, moving just slightly, you know, just trying to figure it out with my eyeball. As you can see, I'm pulling the stroke out now, so you stroke out that top and then you delete that outer layer, and that gives you a nice inner shape that you can use, and you can add things to it. This one I'm blacking out, and then I'm going to use as a clipping mask. So I stroke out the whole thing, and then, you know, use the blend tool again to kind of blend it all together and give that nice drop shadow. And now what I'm doing is using the blending. Oh no, actually, what I'm doing. Sorry about that. I'm actually cutting those in. So what I'm doing is creating kind of an old school technique with like the old ephemera typography, where it kind of looks like it's inside, like you've actually, you know, cut that inner line out, and I really dug the way it looks, so I kind of just continued on doing it. And a lot of times for me, it's just trial and error. I mean, people think it's magic. It's not. It's just when I think it'll look cool, so I just keep doing it again. So I do that all the way across all the letters, and you know, it takes a while to kind of get like what looks cool for me. Anyways, I'm a harsh critic on myself. So, but using the blend tool again, and this creates like kind of a cool drop shadow effect. So just use a thick line and a thin line. Use the blend tool, and it'll actually blend it all together. And I do the top and bottom, and then I kind of rearrange this whole thing, and boom, that's the finished product. I hope you guys find that, you know, interesting. So again, thank you so much for watching. I know this YouTube thing is so weird and strange, and the fact that you even found my video and like it or dislike it is cool to me. Again, I'll try to do more of these, and I really will try to do some better lighting. I apologize, it's just so late, and I didn't have time to really do much. So as you can see, my setup is a little strange. I built this I built this studio a couple years ago, and I moved in here, and I love it, but it does have some downsides. So I'll try to record some more videos during the day, because I have a ton of windows in here, and it looks really nice during the day. But again, I was just late, and I just decided to do this and on a whim. So I'm sorry. I'll try to work on the ums and ims and all that fun stuff, and kind of give a more clear vision of what things are. Honest. So if like I said, if you guys really like this, please tell me, and we can go from there. I'd really love to do more of these and discuss more about design and all that fun stuff. So thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.